This is Nick with worshiptutorials.com. We're coming at you with the Pod HD500x from line 6. I just recently switched over to this and I am loving it. We're going to be putting up some of my patches that I've made with my Mexican-made Telecaster with the humbucker in the neck and regular Telecaster pickup in the bridge. I always, not always, but most of the time keep it in the middle pickup position using both of them. But the amps I'm using today in this patch is a Blackface and an AC30. So a Fender and a Vox-based amp. And amps, I'm sorry. I would like to go through some of the pedals I got, and then we'll be obviously putting these up on worshiptutorials.com for you guys to then download if you guys like that. So let's just go over it. So right there in the beginning, I was playing some rhythm stuff just on the amps. So it was just the amp tone, and I will show you that really quick so we can just get you a good base of what it sounds like. With the amps, I always have on a comp and a reverb and a preamp. It's an EQ kind of thing. It allows you to take out some frequencies and add some in there. It's amazing. It takes a little bit of a blanket off your tone and adds a little bit of clarity to it, but here it is. I have the amp set a little dirty just because it cleans up very well, and I really like that. It really articulates well. So here it is again with those chords. I absolutely love the sound of that for digital processing. And but let's just go and check out these settings real quick. So right over here at the very start of the chain, I have a preamp EQ. It allows you to take some gain, a little bit of output on. I have the gain slightly down and the output jacked up, but you guys will be able to see that. That's why we are giving you these patches. Next, I have a red comp. It's based off of the MXR Dynacomp. Next in line is my overdrives. I have a classic distortion, which is modeled after Proco's the Rat by Proco. And next is the infamous Tube Screamer. Obviously, modeled after Ibanez Tube Screamer. Next is a digital delay with mod. It is an dotted eighth note. If you guys know me, that is my favorite. And next is my next favorite thing in the world. Quarter note delay, analog with mod. Together, chariots of fire gallop towards you. They send you back home and say, "Mom, I've become a man." Next in line, we have a boost comp. I use that so when my Tube Screamer and Classic Distortion are on, I use that to kind of fatten it up if I want to have a nice lead lick over the top of things. And so I'll have that it's set bassy kind of, and it really just fattens it up, kind of thickens the sound. I like that. And then I have the Classic A15, which is the Vox amp, and then on top of that I have the Blackface, and that is a Fender amp. The Blackface is set, the volume is around 50%. The Vox amp is set around 100%, because that's what I want you to hear. I just want that little bit of bass response from that Fender. And then at the very end of things, I have a Hall reverb. It is somewhat light in the mix. When you chuck it, you can hear it pretty good. But when you're playing, when you're playing, it just sounds great in the mix of everything. And if you're wondering what that very last thing is, it is the loop that comes with the pedal board. So you can see it says looper, and it's got the playback, overdub, high cut, low cut. It's very, very versatile, and this thing is wonderful. All right, let's check out what the drives sound like. So my very first drive is the Classic Distortion, or Rat, and the sound is kind of bassy as it is, but I like it because you add it on there, and then it takes a little bit of that bass out. That's the way I have it dialed in. I like that, and so it takes a little bit of the bass out from the amp. So here it is without the Rat, is just the amps. So it adds a little bit more overdrive on that. All of my overdrives are very, very low gain because I like to stack different sounds of overdrives. I don't like to just have one very distinct sound and a lot of gain on that. I'm weird, I know, I get it. But it's a very low overdrive and adds a little bit of clarity and a little bit more punch to it. And as the Tube Screamer, it's a little bit bassy, a little bit more muddy, but actually it's crazy. The overdrive is set on 0. The gain on it is set on 0. And so here's what it sounds like without. And it just really thickens it up. And then for the boost, it's just going to add a little bit of volume, a little bit of low end to it. It does have some gain options on the boost, but here it is without. And then here it is all together. I like it because it still sounds great. It doesn't sound like, wow, that's a wall of overdrive in my face, and it sounds terrible. I'll do it without, and then you guys will be able to hear it all. So here we go. So it sounds pretty good, but here's also one thing to note. A lot of the people that are switching from tube amp to this were like, well, does it clean up well? And when you dig in, does it have that tube kind of sound? Yes, it does. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the classic distortion, aka the Rat, and I'm going to play heavy, light, heavy. So here we go. Love it. Here's the delays on this bad dude. So here's the dotted eighth delay first. It's as you can see, there's this blinking light down here. It's the tap function, so you can tap your delay in. So here we go. Let's see what it sounds like. Just. So I added the quarter note delay in there with it, and as you can hear, the gallop a little bit better when you hit it. Oh yeah, so here we go again. So it allows, I never use the quarter note by itself, but I'll show you what it sounds like. I always use the quarter note to thicken the dotted eighth delay, so it adds a really round, kind of gallopy sound. I'll be honest with you, I really don't even know how to play with just quarter note. I mean, I'll try my best for you, but here it is with the Rat. So, see, that's just boring, you know. That's why you get that. But I'm done with that. I'm not showing you that anymore. So here we go. I'm just gonna play some chords with it. Here we go. So it's just a nice, subtle quarter note delay. Many of you are asking right now, Well, he doesn't have a volume pedal on there. Well, how in the world do you need to control the volume with your foot if you don't want to control it with your hand? Thank you for asking. See, what we've done here at Worship Tutorials is we've taken it because we are using every single pedal, every option on the pedal chain for pedals, the 2 amps. We're using full DSP limited power. What that is essentially is if you have too much awesomeness on this thing, Line 6 like, hey, that's too awesome, and it sounds way better than any other tube amp, and we don't want you to have that because everybody's going to be mad at us. It doesn't mean that at all. It just limits you. And so what we did is we went into the computer program that you can download with this to edit every single thing down to a T. It is amazing. What we did is we took the Expression Pedal 2, so the green light is lit up for Expression Pedal 2, and there's nothing right now. Whoa, there's no volume pedal on there. We sent the Expression Pedal 2 to control the channel volumes on both the Blackface and Vox amp models, and it only controls those. The only downside to that is that it doesn't have trails. So when I turn on delay, as you can hear, it just cuts it off. That's the only thing. But with this patch, it's not made for swells. You know, it's made for more rhythm guitar, and if you want to do some lead stuff, yeah, but it's not really made for swells, so you don't need to have those trails. And trust me, I love trails. If I'm saying it's okay to not have trails, it's okay, I promise you. I love reverb and I love delay. So yeah, this is the dual amp patch that I have. I absolutely love it. It's very versatile. I would suggest a few things. Don't change any of the pedal order. It's set up very well. A lot of guitar players I've talked to about this, they like the way that's set up. The only thing I would really change for your guitar, because this guitar is different. I have a Strat as well, and it sounds totally different. For your guitar, start with the EQs on the amp and the drives on the amp to set those how you like. And then if you need to, set up some EQs on the pedals as well. But I would start with the EQ, start with that bass, so you can get your bass sound. But please don't like plug it in, load this patch onto your pod, and be like, well, they did a ton of after work. They did a ton of post-production stuff. No, we didn't. It's just you need to tweak it a little bit for your sound and your guitar. I promise you, you do a little bit of that, and you'll love it in the long run. This thing is so versatile, I absolutely have not been happier in my whole life to switch from all my crap, lugging that around, to this little guy. I absolutely love it. Head over to worshiptutorials.com, get a little bit more information on these patches that we're posting, what buttons do what, any other information that you need. You can give us comments, you can leave us tips, even feedback. That's great. We want that. We welcome it. We are offering this to you for free, so you can download this for free. But if you want to leave a tip or a donation, that is greatly appreciated as well. But if you do want it for free, just type 0 into that field, and enjoy these as much as I do. Thank you.